another edition of the Preview Review Show. I'm your host, Lonnie Johnson, and I'm here today with Joshua Ybarra and Rebekah Johnson. How you both doing today?
Awesome, thank you.
Great. Well, here on the Preview Review Show, what we do is take a look at previews of upcoming movies that are coming out soon and give you an honest review of what's basically going to happen. We do a rating of stars, how's this going to go on Rotten Tomatoes, and when and where we think you should see this. Do me a favor before we get started with our first movie, subscribe to this show and hit on that bell so you know when we're doing another show. It really does help out. I want to say thank you to our sponsor, Sal Baltimore, a premium watch company that is proudly designed and assembled in Baltimore, Maryland, my home state. With attention to detail and quality in every design that pays tribute to the city of Baltimore and its people. A watch you can be proud to wear every day. I myself own the Founders Edition and love to show it off. Go check them out at salbaltimore.com. And for our first preview today, it's Bill and Ted's third episode, Facing the Music.
When your wives suggested couples therapy, do you think that this is what they had in mind?
Definitely. I mean, we're a couple of couples, right?
Bill, Ted, enough of the delusions. You didn't time travel, and you didn't go to heaven and hell. Here's a real idea for you. Be role models to your daughters. Get real jobs.
Bill, we've spent our whole life trying to unite the world. And I'm tired, dude.
Ted, we have a destiny to fulfill.
Whoa!
Greetings, my excellent friends. We have a problem.
Step forward. A song created by Preston Logan, performed tonight, will save reality as we know it.
Dude, we better write that song now. Or why can't we just go to the future when we have written it?
And take it from ourselves.
Except, won't that be stealing?
Cheers! How is that stealing if we're stealing it from ourselves, dude?
Dude, our dads are totally in trouble. You should help them out.
No way!
How's it going, Bill and Ted?
We're putting together a most extraordinary band.
Hey, you want to be in our band?
Oh,
this is ja fantastisch. We're gonna go talk to Death. Is he playing hopscotch by himself? Dude, he's cheating. Hey, Death.
Life, it isn't the wild stallions.
Let's rock!
Be excellent to each other.
And party on, dudes.
Dina! Billy! Dad! How you doing?
well, you know, we're dead and we're in hell.
But how you doing?
We're good.
And that's Bill and Ted's Face the Music, the next edition in the third movie of the Bill and Ted franchise. Just something coming back from the 80s that if you were alive during that time, it's very nice to see something comedic come back again. And it's just going to be one of those good times to watch. Josh, why don't you give us your opinion of this movie preview coming out?
You know, it's one of those things that I think nostalgia is really popular right now, to go back and kind of revisit some of the past movies. And this is one of those films that, right now I think we're hard pressed for just good lighthearted comedy, and it's one of those things that, especially with the message, be excellent to each other and party on. It's just one of those things that right now it's great to just watch something that has a little bit of brevity, that has a good message, that's funny and lighthearted. And I mean, the trailer, you know, it almost already sets up that maybe their kids are the ones that are going to save the world.
Whoa.
You can kind of already get what's happening going on, but you got Keanu Reeves reprising like really a breakout role for him, and something that they did for fun. You know, this isn't a movie that's taking itself seriously. It's not a movie that's going to have this tremendous story arc to it. It's a movie to go in, enjoy yourself, and just, you know, laugh and not think about everything that's going on in the world for, you know, 90 minutes, and just have a good time at the theater, you know.
I completely agree with you. It's just one of those lighthearted movies that's going to be great to see with friends and family and enjoy the whole Bill and Ted lore of the past, now in today's kind of situation of them being adults instead of being the kids in the whole situation. Rebekah, why don't you give us your take on this preview?
Well, for me, like, it's not nostalgic because I actually just saw the first Bill and Ted movie like 2 weeks ago. Usually popular right now culturally. Like, he has always been popular, but he's really risen to like the top of like celebrity love and fandom right now. And so I think that's going to draw a lot of people in. The series has been hard, and I think it's enough of a comedy draw that people will come in for him and for the humor and the opportunity to go back to a happier time and a simpler time in their memories.
Great. You know, like we've all said, it's one of those movies that you're not having high expectations for. It's one that you're having that great laugh and enjoying your time with the people who are seeing it, even if it's nostalgic or not. With that, I'll lead off the grading on this one. I'm going to give Bill and Ted's Face the Music a score of 3.5 because it's like you said, like we said, it's not something that is going to be, you know, like, ooh, big awards. You know, it's just a fun movie to go see. 3.5 is very generous in my opinion on that. Rotten Tomatoes, I think this one is actually going to be really high on the Rotten Tomatoes, and it's going to be in the 95 range. When and where I'll see this, I might go see it in the movie theater, but this is definitely one that I think I would wait until it got onto Netflix. With that, I'm going to hand it back to Rebekah. Why don't you give us your grades on this one?
Sure. I think on the preview, I would say about 3 stars, maybe 3.5 at the top end. They kind of gave away the story, I think, in the preview. So for me, there's not a lot of like interest there. Like the mystery is a little bit revealed in the preview. So I would say 3 stars probably is my score on that. And then 60%, 65 maybe on the top end. Yeah, 65. I think audiences are going to like it, but I don't think reviewers will, and I think that's going to tank it.
Okay, Josh, why don't you give us your grades on that?
All right, for me personally, I'm gonna, you know, I feel like it is, you know, a 3 to a 3.5, probably a more solid 3.5. You know, have to remember like the whole idea of the Bill and Ted was like, be kind to each other, be good, which by all means, man, we need to be kind to each other right now. I personally, I think that if theaters were a little bit more open when this did release, this would definitely be like one of those like Saturday matinee, I'm going to take the kids to the movies thing. You know, I wouldn't say this is a movie you need to see in IMAX, you know, but as like a fun matinee to go catch, I would definitely do that. You know, I would even pay the money to get it streamed, maybe even before Netflix, just as something that's what I think we're lacking right now is just something fun to watch, you know, without a lot of heavy tones to it. So I think Rotten Tomatoes is going to rock. Like, I think I think a lot of the movie critics are going to be hard pressed. They're going to want to tank it because of probably a light story, but because Keanu is attached to it, I think that they're going to be afraid to tank it, you know? So I think that like 80% on Rotten Tomatoes, because they want to be nice. And I think that for the audience perspective, I think it'll probably gain like an 85. You know, I don't think anybody is going to jump on Rotten Tomatoes and go, oh my God, the story arcs were horrible in this, because it's not the movie to have that expectation for it. So yeah, I would say about 3.5 for myself. I would say definitely matinee Saturday, you know, have a good time, or streaming around the house. And I would say a solid like B on Rotten Tomatoes.
Got that. Great review on that.